Good morning, everybody. Firstborn 5 meteorologist Melissa Meeder here with you on our Victory Monday, an exciting Monday, and really an exciting next 2 weeks to come as the Chiefs are heading to the Super Bowl once again. So it is, very exciting. And another exciting thing today is that it's going to be warmer. So it may not feel like that totally right now, but it will eventually. Now, yesterday, high temperature was 32 for our Chiefs. Today, we're going to be a little bit warmer. Over 10 degrees warmer, that is. 45 is a high temperature today. So this is the start of a kind of warming trend we're going to have really over the next 7 days. It's going to be overall warmer than we were the last 7, but we will have a clear warming trend as we get into tomorrow. So, today we are a little bit cool right now, but eventually we will get there for our afternoon. It's 19 right now at KCI, 20 downtown Olathe, and 21 in Lee Summit. Clear skies out there. It is a little bit on the breezy side, but that's okay. In addition, in New Orleans, I thought I maybe would add this in for some fun. They're in the lower 60s right now with cloud cover, light winds around 3 miles an hour. So I think this is something we'll kind of have on tap for the next 2 weeks because New Orleans is going to be a pretty important place come 2 weeks. So I thought it'd just be fun to show. I am jealous of their temperature though. 62 is not too bad for a morning temperature, but nonetheless, we will be grateful for what we have, and that is a warmer afternoon on tap. So today we're warmer, but we do have some breezy conditions. It's already starting to filter in. We could see gusts up to 30 miles an hour. Sustained winds originally were 5 to 10 miles an hour. This morning will continue to pick up. With that being said, our northern areas in northern Missouri, all of their snow, most of their snow has melted. The dry conditions of the ground, the warmer air causes some concern for some elevated fire danger. So keep that in mind if you live in our northern counties. But otherwise, all of us are going to be much warmer and above average. Right now, temperatures feeling like the teens for most of us. Feels like 10 in KC, feels like 4 though in Cameron, 19 in Chillicothe, 21 in Odessa and in Warrensburg. We're past the 7 o'clock hour now. I'm kind of jumping ahead all over the place. So I should say, by the time we get to the afternoon, things get a little bit warmer as a sneak peek. Mid 40s, we climb up to around 40 degrees at least by lunchtime. So I'm a little bit behind on what I'm going to show you here. Okay, this is what I'm going to show you now. There we go. So it's a great thaw that we're starting. It's going to be warmer. That is the good news. 45 today, like I'd mentioned, it'll be breezy, but we will have a lot of sunshine. The sunshine continues. We have less of a wind come Tuesday, and we bump up about 5 degrees. So we're looking really, really, really nice on Tuesday, really, really, really nice on Wednesday, as Tuesday and Wednesday are basically carbon copies of each other. So it's going to be very nice for your Tuesday and your Wednesday. Now, something else that's going to be nice is that whatever ice and snow that's left on the ground, we're going to see some melting occur over the next 3 days at least, and really over the next 7, because our high temperatures are going to be above the freezing point for the next 7. So that is good news. The only thing I will say is those mounds of snow and ice, they're going to be hanging around for a little bit longer, I fear. So just know that you're likely going to see your grass. If there's, where I live, I take my dog Paisley out on walks, take her to go to the bathroom, that sort of thing. The ground still has ice and snow on it. I think that'll be gone. But as for the big mounds, those are going to be hanging around at least for a while. Now, we're dry, we're warm for the next 3 days. After that, when we get towards the latter part of the weekend, we now have a new first warn in place on Thursday. And the same first warn that we have had since last Friday. Yes, last Friday still remains on this upcoming Friday. So basically, this is a large system. The system was starting to move in as of the last couple of days, Thursday evening, late evening, and then mainly on Friday. We're starting to see the system pick up a little bit in speed, so it could arrive a little bit sooner. That is why I bumped up those chances to 40% and put a first warn on there. So that's kind of the reasoning behind that. It's still the same system. The system arrives a little bit earlier on Thursday, continues through Friday, starts to exit by Saturday morning, if not totally exited. So we've got a 20% chance for some rain on Saturday, which would be the first part of the day. Otherwise, we're looking at a dry weekend. I don't think this is going to bring a whole bunch of rainfall to the area. If we think about having like 2 days of rainfall chances, we're between about 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch for rainfall potential. I think most of us are going to fall below that 1/2 of an inch, though. More isolated areas of 3/4 of an inch could be possible. So if we kind of look and track this out, what we're seeing, this is Thursday at 10 a.m. This is our longer range models. By tomorrow afternoon, we are going to start to get the high resolution data in, which is going to give us more refined data, better timing thoughts, all that sort of stuff. So tomorrow we'll really start to get in the nitty gritty to see when this is really going to arrive and all that sort of stuff. So keep that in mind. This right now was showing as early as, 10 a.m. for our Thursday as that system starts to lift up from the south. So there we are at 10 a.m. It continues to move, bringing scattered activity into the region. Could have some times of dry, could have some times of rain, that sort of thing, off and on. By Thursday night, I think we could maybe see an isolated thunderstorm. Can't rule that out. We continue to see, though, increasing chances Thursday night into Friday. Friday morning will likely be wet, widespread before it starts to exit by the time we get to Friday evening. This particular model moves it out a little bit quicker than others. Now, I will say you probably saw a little bit of that wintry mix in there. What we're expecting at this point is mainly and most likely all rain. Temperature-wise, we're going to stay pretty warm for mixed precipitation. What we are going to be watching, which is what we'll have to fine-tune over the next couple of days, is whether or not we get stacking of the cold air in that low pressure system. If we do that, then the column of air will be cold enough where we could maybe see some snow, some wintry mix, that sort of thing start to form. So do I think that we're mainly going to see rain? Yes. Are the odds 0 that we get wintry mix? No. And if we do get any wintry mix, we're not expecting any impacts from it, little to no accumulation. So that's something that we're going to continue to see kind of be fine-tuned over the next couple of days as we get closer to, Friday. So that's kind of what we can expect for that system that's moving through the area. I want to go once over to kind of the wind chills that we are seeing right now and give you kind of the wind speed that we're looking at. So feels like temperatures I mentioned in the teens, some of us colder in the single digits. Feels like 4 in Cameron and 10 here in Kansas City. So it's on the chilly side. Winds right now are still between about 3 and 10 miles an hour. This afternoon, it'll pick up to 10 to 15, and we're going to gust to around 25 miles, or I should say 30 miles an hour, excuse me. So it will, get a little bit more on the breezy side. We will continue to slowly, gradually warm, mid-20s by 9, upper 30s by lunchtime, nearly 40, and then mid-40s for the afternoon. Abundant sunshine out there. I think the breeze that we're going to have could knock off a few degrees off of this, so keep that in mind. But nonetheless, I still think we're feeling like the 30s and 40s throughout the day once we get to those peak temperatures. So really just that there's going to be some wind around. The wind's from the southwest. It's ushering in warmer air, so tomorrow is really going to do us some good as we get into the 50s. And high temperatures across the area for today. Upper 30s, mid 40s, coldest in our northeastern areas and kind of in that kind of eastern pocket, 39 and in Odessa and Richmond and Cameron and Bethany, that sort of thing. So the rest of us, lower 40s, mid 40s are expected. And as I had mentioned, we are staying above the freezing mark for high temperatures the next 7 days. So here's our 7-day forecast. So we've got mid 40s today. 50s Tuesday, Wednesday, dry conditions, lots of sunshine. That system moves through on Thursday, continues to Friday. We have the 2 first warns. It gets a little bit cooler, mid 40s on Thursday, and then lower 40s on Friday. This is what I'm talking about for that temperature. We're waiting for that cold stacking. If we're going to see wintry mix, cold stacking in that low pressure system, and by that I mean in the upper levels, cold stacking, low temperatures are still above freezing. They're around 35 degrees. So it's not impossible, but at this time, we're not seeing stacking of that system. We remain in the mid 40s on Saturday, and then Sunday we're dry. We bump back up into the low 50s. So temperature-wise, not so shabby for this week, especially if we compare it to last week. We've got that chance for some rain that we're going to continue to monitor and give you the latest details for. But myself, Warren Sears, Chief Meteorologist Luke Doris will be taking you throughout the rest of the day. We hope you join us, and I hope everybody has a wonderful Monday and a wonderful Victory Monday, too. Have a great day.